Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Saturday, and it's a continuation of Friday's job effort. Remember, we want to get the backsplash done on that breakfast nook. Anyway, I'm running late this morning. I know it always seems to be an excuse, but there are always things that seem to pop up. This morning, two things. One was getting the dogs washed. Hop on. You feel better now that you're nice and clean? Anyway, Hopone is nice and clean now. He had a nice bath, and he is, he smells so good. And so did Marianne. Marianne got a great bath, and all of our dogs. The pups, I can't catch the pups. They just slip through your hands, and they're still kind of wild because they're still not used to me since I left when they were about this big. So anyway, we'll get them washed later, but we still have to get those shipped off to deserving adoptee parents. So, but that's not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about is construction, and we're going to do a continuation of, the plan is a continuation of the backsplash tiles in the breakfast nook. I found the siding. I found two colors of the siding down in the basement, and there's a dark color and there is a light color. I actually think I'm going to go with the dark color contrasting the lighter color of the trim. We'll see. We don't have to worry about that until we get to the edge and we start cleaning up the edge of the tile. But I want to get started today. I have two different types of tile adhesive inside, and one is a new type of tile adhesive that I am going to try for the backsplash. It's normally used for mosaic, but I want to put a thin set of this material back. It's almost like grout, and we'll use that. We'll try that out today as well. So let's go ahead and get, before we get today started, I forgot to tell you, another one of the reasons why I was late today is my Asawa, my wife, her sister, remember her sister from Tortola, British Virgin Islands. She is visiting my wife in Charleston, South Carolina. So I spent time with them this morning as well. She had a conference in, I think it was Los Angeles. She flew from the Philippines to Los Angeles, then from Los Angeles to Charleston, and soon she will be back here. I think she has another week or so before she ends up back here in the Philippines. A well-deserved vacation for a well-deserved, hard-working lady. So let's go ahead and get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Now before we get started today, I have to assemble all the things we need to do the project. Something I want to talk with you about, remember, if I see any type of a new product, anything on the market that's might be interesting to you if you're doing some home building, I'll share that with you. And I don't remember if I talked about this yesterday or when I picked it up, but I have this new product. It's ABC 2-in-1. Now, if you want to save time putting up mosaic in your kitchen, this is a great product. Unfortunately, they don't have all the colors right now when you go to some of the stores. They have a very limited supply. Most of the time, it's white, which is F15, and gray. I don't remember what the gray number is. But all of our stuff that we've been doing here has been F1 with Bahama beige is what I've been using for most of the grout color. But the idea, the concept behind this product right here, it's one step tile adhesive and grout at the same time. So what you do is when you spread this with your trowel, your notch trowel on the wall, and what you do, you put it on there, and this same tile adhesive is grout. You put it over the front, so you cover everything in pretty much one step. It's very quick drying, and you can get a mosaic job done extremely fast using this. Again, unfortunately, they didn't have the color, but I'm going to try this just for the spread on the back. Since it is such a quick adhesive, I'm hoping it will be like some of the tile adhesive that we use in the US, which is very quick to set on there, and then it's very soon afterwards you can do your grout, which I'm not really worried about the grout on this. I just want to get this up on the wall right now. I thought I didn't look at the coverage of this until today. Again, one of those kind of preparations you're supposed to do when you are looking in the store. You should always look at the back at the instructions and how much area do these things cover. Well, this 2 kilo bag, it only covers a little less than a half a meter, but that's a half a meter probably also with doing the grout in between the tiles. The wall I have here is it's about 2 square meters on the back side back here. So I'm going to use as much of this as I can to get as much coverage. We're going to see how far this will go, this small bag of the 2-in-1. And then when I run out, if I run out, either I'll get some more if I like it, or we can go back to the standard tile adhesive, the thin bed tile installation, interior, exterior, the ABC. This is what we used yesterday to put the granite for the edging on the top of the counter. So let's go ahead and get started. Now before I get started, you have to have some preparation. One of the things, take the covers off of your outlets, and then I'm going to have to unscrew the electrical outlet, pull it away from the wall so it won't be a hindrance when we're trying to cut the tiles to go on there. I have a feeling, I have a sneaky suspicion that both of these outlet boxes, like my contractor did with most of my boxes, they recessed it way too far into the wall, which means I will probably end up having to find some extension Phillips screws to be able to reattach these electrical boxes back here again. That's something, remember I told you in the previous videos, make sure when your electrician and your workers are insetting those electric boxes that they allow for the concrete hollow block and whatever the plaster coat, the thickness of the anticipated plaster coat, and any tile finishing that they're going to do on top of that. And don't set it way deep like our guys did here. It's such a pain. It'll save you so much hard work and labor and effort later on if it's done right to begin with. So I have my tile grout. I picked up some 2 millimeter spacers. That's the spacing that I want to do. A lot of what the folks do, you'll find they won't go out and that your contractor probably won't buy spacers. They might not. Chances are your workers or your contractor is just going to get some of that plastic strap that they use to strap around boxes, and they're going to cut that into a bunch of pieces, and they're going to slide that in between each one of the pieces of tile. They'll do that, or they'll use nails. They'll use like finishing nails, somewhere between 1 millimeter and 2 millimeter in thickness. Something else you're going to need if you are doing a small area, a very small area, like a backsplash or like what we're doing inside here. All you really need for making sure that everything is flat and you don't have lippage, and I'll explain lippage in just a minute, is just a nice level. A level like this one right here. This is I don't know, it's like a 4 foot, let's see, what does it say? Yeah, a 4 foot. This is a 4 foot level, and you can use that and you press and you can see if you have any high spots or low spots. If you're doing a large area with tiling, like the bathroom, the CR, the comfort room, a large area, then what they'll do is they'll run a line. They'll put a concrete nail into the wall from one side to the other. They'll make like a big X, and they will follow that line inside there to make sure. It's kind of difficult on huge walls to use just a level because a lot of times your walls are so unlevel and crooked and everything like that. If you try to do this method here with the level, you would see some bowing and things like that. It probably wouldn't be straight all the way. It's always good to have a rubber mallet to kind of tap some of the tile into place and make sure that you don't have any air pocket gaps. Make sure you have a tape rule, and very important, make sure you have a non-porous mixing board. Yesterday you saw me using a piece of wood that was up here, and I only did just a little section of that granite to put that tile adhesive on. That was left over and it was quick, but normally for finishing you want to have something like maybe a piece of aluminum, a piece of glass, or a piece of leftover tile that's non-porous. And this is one of the tile from the floor that was left over down in the main great room, kitchen, dining room area. So we're going to use this piece of tile right here to do all of our mixing on. And one last tip before we get started. It's a good idea to lay out your tile pattern, especially if it's different tiles, different style tiles inside your pattern, like we have right here. So if you remember many episodes back, I went ahead and I matched everything up so that you don't have the same tile side by side, both vertically and horizontally. And I set up the desired spacing that I want on here. Well, that's enough of the instructions. So let's go ahead and get started on tiling. Everything is going great with the tile installation. We're going to have to pause this, and we're going to have to continue probably, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. We are supposed to have that ocular visit. Remember the ocular visit by the pest control company. They were supposed to be here at 1 o'clock, and they are not here yet. I don't want to mix up any more of the tile adhesive, because when you mix this tile adhesive up, this that I'm using for these tiles, that ABC, that new tile / grout adhesive, it is so fast with setting. It's very easy to install tiles with it. But the most time-consuming thing about doing the tile is doing the cutting with the tile cutter. And even that's not really that difficult. But I was able to get all behind the outlets, you can see. These outlets actually were far enough out. These were normal installs. They did a good job with this. So you can see. And I'm not going to put the covers yet on the outside of those because I still have to do the grouting. Once the grouting is done, then I can put the covers on there, and it will, we'll see, it will be seamless. The grout will be seamless around the outlet. But again, I'm going to have to pause. I do not want to mix any, because I guarantee you, as soon as I start mixing it, they'll show up, and then it will sit there, and I want to be with them when they're doing the ocular visit. Plus, I got to go and I got to get stuff for the dogs. I need dog food. I need people food. So I'm going to have to, I'm going to probably grab some dinner. I am going to maybe do some grocery shopping, and then I will continue this tomorrow. Well, it's been an absolutely miserable day on the outside today, weather-wise. Good thing most of my work was on the inside, but it was raining a lot when I was using the tile cutter, the tile saw, because I put that on the outside on the lanai. And nice thing about a tile saw, since it's a wet saw, it doesn't matter whether it's raining on the outside. So I was able to use it while it was raining out there. So that's going to be it for today. Today's going to be a short episode. I think I'm going to relax a little bit this afternoon and treat myself to a meal somewhere, and maybe pick up a couple things at the grocery store. Again, I have to get some dog food. I'm still waiting on the pest control company. They set up an appointment with me yesterday, and they said they would be here at 1 o'clock, and it is 1:30 right now. So I hope that's no indication. Their promptness to arrive here is no indication of what type of a service they give. But hopefully it will be okay. I do know that in downtown Lipa, they've kind of rerouted traffic, and I'm not sure where they're coming from. So if they're coming from far off, then it could be that they got stuck in traffic in Lipa, because it could take an extra amount of time. I wish they would have called, though, to say I'm going to be late. Because if they are not here in the next 30 minutes, I'm going grocery shopping and get some dog food for these pups around here. But before I close, while I'm waiting on the pest control people to come, I want to do a couple shout outs. And as you know, we try to do shout outs when we can here. I try to get out a good shout out for an anniversary, for a birthday, or to recognize an OFW from the Philippines who's working overseas to support their family over here. Now, when you submit your requests for these shout outs, I cordially ask you to put them in early enough so I can announce them on the day of your birthday, your anniversary, or it doesn't matter what day. If you're an OFW overseas, you're doing the right thing. But sometimes people are a little bit late. I understand. I'm a little bit late on things here. Our pest control people are a little bit late today. In 1 or 2 days, I don't mind doing that. Now, Wayne Seymour, one of our longtime subscribers, and just because he is a longtime subscriber, he asked me yesterday, can you do a shout out for my birthday? And I'm like, when's your birthday? And it's like July 15th. I'm like, July 15th? That's like a month ago. Anyway, Wayne turned 59 on July 15th. And also, Gigi, Elaine Charles's wife, Elaine wanted to make sure we got a birthday shout out for you, who turned 58 on... What day did he say it was? It was 2 days ago. It was on the 8th. So to both you, Wayne, and Gigi, I want to wish both of you a happy belated birthday. Well, I'm going to close for today. And today, again, it was a short video today, but we got something accomplished. I'm about halfway through. The next step, as long as I'm not interrupted, I'll be able to complete that backsplash. Yes. Send. Oh, the pest control people, they're at the gate. They're getting ready to come in. So, good timing. How's that? So anyway, and by the way, a lot of you were asking, why isn't Marianne in the picture? Well, here's Marianne. She's in the picture. And the reason, a lot of people keep asking, why is Marianne chained right now? Why is she on a leash? She is an escape artist. She knows how to get out. There's nothing you can do to keep her behind this fence. And the HOA here says you can't have your dogs roaming free. They have to be on a leash when they're outside of your property. So anyway, we have to do proper measures to keep Marianne here on the property where she doesn't escape. Isn't that right, huh? So anyway, we are going to close for today. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed day.